Hello, I am with Seed System Solution, and in this video, I will highlight the customer and booking payment totals reports. If you are not able to see any of the menu or tab options referenced in this video today, please contact your Seed System Solution admin user at your organization for further assistance. Today, I want to highlight a set of reports that we have that are designed to compare the customer booking totals to the credits and debits on their account. So prior to invoicing or during your invoicing process, you can see which of your customers has paid on their accounts and which still have outstanding balances. To navigate to the set of reports, you're going to go to your main menu, navigate to Reports, Customer and Receivables, and then they should start with either Customer Booking and Payment or Booking and Payment. You may see a few different options, but the ones I'm going to highlight here today are these three. And we're going to go into the first one, which is Customer Booking and Payment Totals Report. Now, these are all very similar with just some slight variations that I'll point out today. From your filter icon, you do have the ability to filter your report. Please note that all of these totals are built based on overall customer totals, which is why you don't see an option to narrow it down by a booking type or a class. This cannot be done at this time, and we can only look at the overall customer totals. So we're going to narrow our report, and we're going to press apply. Now you do have some sort options within here. Just make sure if you want a sub-summary to display, you are using this sub button. So I'm going to apply my filter, and that report is going to be looking, again, like I said, at the overall bookings versus the overall debits and credits. So to go through a couple of these comments here, we're going to have our customer column, which we can also resort multiple of these columns by using the column header sort. So any of these underlined options, it will resort by that category. Our customer is our transaction, a customer who has a booking, split, an invoice credit, or an invoice debit on their account. It is going to sort by dealer first. If you have customers without dealers assigned, those will all bucket at the top and then sort alphabetically from there. Next, we're going to move into our total booking column. This is bookings only with a booking status type of booking. It is going to, at this time, exclude pre-bookings, estimates, and any canceled orders. Your undelivered booking total is going to be just that, your bookings remaining to be delivered and what that total is. Invoice debits would be any invoices, debit memos, or checks that you have on that customer account for the specific year that you have filtered down to. The credit column is going to include any payments, credit memos, or returns on that account. Your total EP discount column is going to strictly be looking at payments that have been applied and what the early pay percentage that has calculated on that applied payment. So this particular report does not take into account estimated EP discount. We are then going to look at your percent paid versus unpaid when you're comparing the invoice balance with open bookings. So this is going to be comparing your undelivered booking total plus your invoice debits plus minus any credits, and then giving you a total amount left to pay. We do have a column that's just our invoice balance, so that's strictly going to be looking at the invoiced debits and the invoiced credits. From here, you do have the ability also to set credit statuses for your customers. So this is where you can set somebody to be on hold or cash on delivery. And we do show you your credit amount or your credit limit. Your credit limit can be set up on the miscellaneous tab of your customer detail. So if you go into your customer detail and we go to our miscellaneous tab, there is a credit limit portal, And here you can set in-house credit limits or finance company credit limits. So you could set your provider, provide them an account number if they have one, add any notes, and then you can set your credit limit, and that's how much you're going to give them the ability to ship. And then so from this report, we can then see who may be over their credit limit. Within our hamburger menu, we do have the option to always print, create a PDF or email, as well as you do have an option to export. Now, the export is created based on a script, and it will not take into account any specialized sorts that you do. If you do want to create a manual export based on specialized sorts that you have, please contact us and we can help you with assist you on learning a manual export process. You also have the ability to print all booking confirmations, and this will print all confirmations for your found set of customers on this list. As well as you can navigate to your customer list and see these customers, and then have the ability through that report to print mailing labels if you would like to print mailing labels. Navigating to a separate report here, we're going to go into the customer booking and payment total with estimated early pay discount. Now, this report is almost identical to the other report, except the main difference is this report is going to take into account your estimated EP discount. And when you're comparing your percent paid to your percent unpaid, it is going to factor in any estimated EP discount. Now, for that to calculate on your payment itself, you do need to fill in this box that says calculated estimated EP discount. Your year and your price type should default based on who the customer is, but you do need to enter in the booking type that would be associated, which EP discount structure you're providing. If necessary, an EP override date. If your payment date falls into the correct structure, you do not need to enter an EP override date. This is only if you need to put this payment into a different structure than the payment date would. And from there, once that information is calculated, you should see an estimated EP percentage show up here. Once that appears, this means we have calculated an estimated, again, this is going to just be estimated until final payment is applied. And now this EP amount can carry through to your booking and payment totals and calculate into your overall credits when comparing then your invoice balance due. So this report takes that into account as well as has an extra column so you can see your balances with that EP discount or without that EP discount included and calculated. The final report that we have is how the report was prior to our latest builds update. So with our last update, we gave you the ability to create your own booking statuses, and I will walk you through that process here in a minute in case you're unfamiliar. But the old booking and payment total report did calculate a little bit faster, but that's because it included all bookings in it. So if you revert back to this report and go to your booking and payment totals report that includes estimates and canceled orders, that is just going to do that. Any bookings, no matter what status they're in, is going to calculate into this total booking column. And from there on out, everything else remains the same. It does not include EP discounts, and it's going to include all booking statuses. Please note, while we do provide detail buttons to navigate to the customer here, you may have noticed it goes a little bit slower. Anytime this report or any version of this report is open, these totals are calculated when the report is run, and which means they're not set totals. And so anytime you perform a transaction that's going to affect any customer total, so that would be a booking, adding a payment, adding a credit or debit memo, building a return, delivering an invoice, it has to recalculate every total that's on this report while it's open in the background for every customer. So things will process slower if this report is open and you're going about your business adding transactions from this detail version. So click on the customer and add a booking while this is open. We do recommend printing this report and then closing it and adding any booking or transactions without this report being open, so you don't experience any delay caused by calculations on this report. That being said, I'm going to go into how to create a new booking status. So from your main menu, you're going to go into System Settings, into Advanced Settings, and the Bookings tab. From here, you're going to see a new portal that says Booking Statuses. If it's grayed out, that means this booking status is in use and you cannot delete it or change the name on it. You can make it inactive by clicking on unchecking the active button. Then you can create a new status. In the bottom line of your portal, there should be a blank box. You can click in it. You can name your status, whatever you would like it to be. And then you're going to choose one of three options. Your booking, which is going to be a confirmed order that it's calculated into your positions, and this order can be shipped. So it's calculated into all customer totals, positions, can be shipped. The pre-booking, which is an order that needs to be approved before it can be shipped. So a pre-booking cannot be shipped to a customer, may or may not calculate into your position report, depending on your settings or your company settings. They may or may not calculate into some customer totals, depending on settings. Your estimate is going to not be something you can ship. It is going to not calculate into your position report, and it is going to not calculate into any customer totals. So this would be an order where you just are providing a customer an overall total. If you have any questions about Seed System Solution, please reference our other training videos. Email us at grow@seedsystem.co, or you can register for our free monthly Zoom meetings that are sent out in our newsletter.